Shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be to Yahweh, Bahashem Yashai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. And double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings and the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households, whoever you are and whoever you may be. Shalom to you and blessings to you. Okay. Now, right? Esau, the accuser of our brethren, okay, has been, accusing us to the Most High, Yahweh Shai used the so-called white man, Esau Edom, as a whooping stick to punish us, because this is our final captivity we got to serve, and obviously Esau went above and beyond, but then also to trip us up further, even if we try to do right, they put things that are unlawful in food and drink, unbeknownst to us. For example, they could put pork juice in toothpaste or some, herbs, foods, sorry, not lab, crab, lobster, bits and bobs of that, probably have it hydrate, or is it called dehydrated, and use the powder of it, to put on foods, that we, unbeknownst to us. So, they, then they accuse us, saying, look at your people, Lord, look at how they behave. Are they worthy to even rule? Esau Edom, piece of shit is, um, the so-called white man is I think is a quote that one of the brothers in the UK, I think is Rakaya Kwan, the elder from the UK. I think, I don't know how he said it. He said it in not so many words that he said it more better, of course. I think he said Esau Edom is the undisputed heavyweight in bloodshed. Okay, the crimes and the receipts that are left on the four corners of the earth, especially with regards to the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? Okay, that blood has surpassed, certain, thresholds, because they've gone above and beyond. Okay, the so-called white man, okay, commits the most crimes in the world, subdues the world, countries, resources, and then accuses the people within that land to be criminals and thugs and, living in the dark and so-called, how they would say it, dark ages. Okay, but we know what the real dark ages were. Jake was ruling, but they'll say that you guys are living in, in a world which is, not so modern, or you live in the ancient world or dark ages or whatever. Okay, well after they take your shit, all right. And the same way these damn devils, usurp and take all our inventions and our innovations and everything that we do and put their face on it. The same way, everything good that we do, they put their face on it. Everything bad that the so-called white man does, they put, the brown man's face on it. Okay. Now, the biggest thief, the biggest murderer, the biggest criminal in this world is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, the heathens are alongside them, but the so-called white man is just a undisputed heavyweight king of bloodshed and murder, theft, destruction to nature, to themselves, to the air, to the food, to the Israelites, to normalcy. Okay, all right, and they know that deep down. But the thing is, when Esau Edom, the powers that be, put a brown face as a target, right? Like saying, like you put a sign on somebody's back saying, kick me, right? Everybody, even though the so-called white man knows that their people are the problem, they'll still jump on that bandwagon because they want to hold on to the power structure that they're used to. That's why a lot of people are going to go behind it. But a lot of people have seen the video footage of this person, whether this person really exists or not, or whether it's AI, or maybe they're just using him. He's some kind of crisis actor. We don't know. But the fact remains, it's all prophecy. Whether it's real or fake, it's all prophecy. Okay? Even William Shakespeare said that the world is a stage. And William Shakespeare is an Israelite. Okay? That's another thing. They painted him so-called white too, pursuant to the book of First Maccabees 3:48. They've painted the likeness of their images. The heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. They've whitewashed everything. This is how they, call good evil and evil good. This is how they paint truth for darkness, and Salakia. This is how they show, light as bad, and as darkness as good. They call good evil and evil good. This is what they do, right? And along with that, every time, these migrants and this, then a third, for some reason, there's always a person there with a mobile phone getting perfect footage of a migrant talking to a so-called white girl in the UK or America. And then they say, oh, the migrants are the problem. They're the grey piss, this, then the third. But when it comes to him trying to shoot Trump, did you see some of the footage? Some of the people are calling bullshit. They're saying, oh, it's all staged, it's all fake. What do they use, a potato to record this? But yet, when it comes to everything else online, okay, I can tell my Esau Edom is using AI because they've got advanced AI. The AI that you guys use is okay, right? Regular people use, but the stuff they have is way more advanced. Okay, that looks damn near real, perfect. Okay, and they've got these technologies. All right, AI crisis actors. Okay. And all of a sudden, and then there's all these video channels always showing brown faces as the problem, brown faces as the problem, brown faces as the problem. Okay. But yet, every single brown country around the world is not, speaking out against the crimes that have been committed to them, committed against them by the so-called white man. Okay. When there's receipts left in every country in this world of the so-called white man's destruction and evil. Okay. But a lot of people are calling this shooting bullshit, and a lot of people actually are praising this guy. If even if it was so-called real, whether it's real or not, only the Lord knows. But we can call bullshit when we see bullshit, right? They're saying that even assassins can't do a good job. They were actually like on the side of this guy. They wanted him to delete Trump, and Trump must be some one lucky son of a bitch, right? This is a second attempt on his life, and he got away with it. He's damn near luckier than a so-called rabbit's foot, like these some Edomites like to use. They should maybe anybody wants to save their life from being assassinated, someone's after him, hang around with Trump, right? He seems to get away with it all the time. Okay, people are calling bullshit. All right, people, are seeing the truth and the skirts being lifted on Esau Edom's face. Okay, but the thing is, a lot of people in this world actually still, let's go back to the Twin Towers. Actually, a lot of people still in this world actually believe the Twin Towers were knocked down by Osama bin Laden and Arabs or Saudis or whatever. They actually still believe that, believe it or not. They actually still do. So if a lot of people still believe that, a lot of hicks, these crackers, these other heathens, and these weirdo jakes out there that believe that shit, how much more are they going to believe this? So there's still a good portion of dumbasses out there that are going to believe this, that are going to jump on the bandwagon, okay? And this is ultimately going to add fuel to the fire with regards to race relations, which has always been erratic anyway, because we don't like these damn devils, and these damn devils don't like us, right? And you can see, in history, how these damn devils don't like us, all right? And now with Esau Edom losing his power, people have been vaccinated. People are stressed out. People are burnt out. Okay, along with this, and they're showing a brown face. Okay, they're just gonna. This is gonna just amplify Jacob's trouble. All right, it's gonna really get to that level. I'm just gonna read the scripture from my phone. 1 second, I'll get it from my phone. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay? You Israelites, you elect are going to be saved out of it. Jacob's trouble is for the heathen and the 2/3. Heathen meaning all non-Israelite nations, the 2/3 that are unelect, unelect Jakes around the world, because these Jacob's trouble is going to happen around the world too, but ground zero is where the 2/3 are. And, and the 1/3 is, around the world. All right. So this Jacob's trouble is for the unelect Jakes and the heathen. All right. This is just going to add fuel to the fire. The KKK members probably chewing on the tobacco, watching this. They're saying, "Damn nigger," you know. They're probably calling him a half. Look at a half-breed nigger. They're probably saying some shit like that. You know. And his name is Cole Allen, 31. You know. I mean, he's aged quite significantly. This is from 2017. A picture of him. He looks young here, March 2017, like he just left high school. 11 years later, he's aged quite a bit. I mean, which is quite unusual because Jakes don't really age like that. But anyway, all right. Now this, okay, is what we know about Cole Allen, suspected White House correspondent, dinner shooter. And plus, a lot of these crackers are getting the curses come upon them as well. Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. These curses are coming upon these Edomites. It's not, along with all the curses, they're losing their power. Life ain't great for them no more. This is going to a lot of amplify, add fuel to the fire. Okay. For a lot of people, Trump is still the beloved president. A ninja shooting at their president is going to add fuel to the fire. Okay. There's going to be a divide. Lines have already been drawn. It just depends which side you're on. And this race war, this Jacob's trouble is really going to be, it's going to get grimy out here. You can talk about it, watch movies about bloodshed and everything, purge and all that, but it's going to really get bad out here. Okay. No law and order, no police, no 911 in the UK, no 999. All right. Women alone, fending for themselves, men alone, fending for themselves. Children running around alone, their parents deleted. Children crying and looking at the dead bodies of their family. It's going to get really bad out here. All right. Now, what we know about Cole Allen, suspected White House correspondence dinner shooter. All right. And a lot of people, you read the comments on every page of these news segments regarding this particular news, right? They're all calling BS. Everybody's calling it bullshit. Cole Allen, a 31-year-old teacher. Now, he wasn't a Pookie or a Ray Ray, as our elders would say. He was somewhat of a productive member of society. Okay. Cole Allen, a 31-year-old teacher and engineer from Torrance, California. Okay. I mean, that's his home, I believe. A view of home associated with the suspected White House correspondence dinner shooter. Whether this is real or not, it's a nice-looking home, right? You can imagine Jake in there probably with his woman, 2 children, a little dog running around or whatever. All right, if that's his real home. But, we know how Esau Edom works. But let's just go along with the agenda at the moment. Cole Allen, a 31-year-old teacher and engineer from Torrance, California, has been identified as the man suspected of opening fire at the White House Correspondents' Dinner Saturday night. Okay. He's got a LinkedIn page describing him as a mechanical engineer, computer scientist by degree, independent game developer by experience, teacher by birth. It also says he's got a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Caltech in 2017 and a master's degree in computer science from California State University, Dominguez Hills, last May. Now, this is all true. There's nothing, uncanny with regards to that because Jacob is a high performer in everything he puts his mind to. So, yeah, they're going to come out. His sister said he's purchased 2 handguns and this, that, and the third. All right. Regardless of whether it's bullshit, whether it's real or not, we know it's bullshit. Okay, it's alleged shooter, Trump's alleged shooter. But I'm going to say it's bullshit. All right, but the thing is, a lot of people are actually going to believe it. All right, and a lot of people are calling bullshit, man. They can see through the nonsense. But the thing is, a lot of people are still going to believe it, which is the majority of the world. Okay. And on top of that, even you know what the truth is, you're still going to get caught in the crossfire. Because if you're not part of the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yashai, you're not covered with his wings, you will get got when all hell breaks loose. Okay? All right? Let me just get a scripture here now. 1 second. Esau does all these crimes and tries to use Jacob as the face of evil. I mean, look at the so-called white man. If anybody is the face of evil, it's a so-called white man. Okay? Their bloodshed, their crimes, everybody knows. Even your own woman, Esau Edom, doesn't want you no more. Okay? The world knows your bullshit. We know what you're doing. But the thing is, a lot of people are still going to believe your, your magic tricks. Okay, your AI videos, your crisis actors. People actually believe that news media channels are actually speaking the whole truth. As I'm going to quote Denzel Washington from Training Day: "It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertaining." Right? It is 90% bullshit, but we know you got to pick your meat from pick the meat from the bones. This is all going to go towards the race war, Jacob's trouble, the collapse of society, the hatred towards brown skin, whether you're so-called black, Hispanic, or native Indian. For Esau, Edom, all of you brown people are a bunch of ninjas. That's all it is. I'm talking about Israelites. Even the heathen are going to get caught in the crossfire if they see an Elamite or a Gook or whatever. Okay? They're going to call. We don't give a shit about them. We're talking about our people. But the rest of the world knows that you guys are big bullshitters, man. Nobody believes your lies anymore. But the thing is, a lot of people still do. So therefore, it's going in the right direction of Yahweh Shemashai's plan to bring the destruction of this society, okay, and a further divide. But the world knows about you. Jeremiah 13, verse 26. Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. Okay, everybody's laughing at Trump. I don't know what drug Trump is on, man. People can see through the lies, and this guy just walks around with that stupid look on his face. His ugly, bald, pale face. These damn devils, man, the accuser of our brethren. Just look at them, man. Do they leave anybody alone or anything alone? But this is just gonna, if you want to put all the most gruesome crimes in the world, all the evil, all the root cause of everything evil in this world, go back, it's always a pale hand. It's always a pale hand. It's the white man. Okay? All the root cause of all the issues. If things are fucked up in certain neighborhoods and hoods and this, that, and the third today in countries, who's to blame? You want to talk about migrants, criminals, this, that, and the third. Why are they coming into the land? Well, if you left their countries alone, they wouldn't even be in your land, would they? You created the British Empire. You created America. Okay? You know? When you're the biggest criminal. But the thing is, a lot of people are going to believe it. And if you watch movies from the 70s and 80s, who do they show the criminals as? Always Jake, black Hispanic, a pimp, a stick-up kid, a rapist. Always them. Where was the so-called white man and everything? Okay? He's just there going, la da 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 da. With his briefcase going to work with his suit and tie on. He doesn't do anything wrong. When behind closed doors, he's a PDF file, a rapist, a Satanist, a murderer. That's their nature. But they're going to use you as the face, Jacob. The same way they cover up all your all your innovations and inventions and put their face on it. Okay, all the crimes that the so-called white man does, they're going to put your face on it, Jacob. They're calling good evil and evil good. Let's go to that scripture. All right. They're calling good evil and evil good. All right. They're using the so-called white man. All right. All the good things that Jacob has done, all the inventions, the music genres, or everything, every intricate part of America, everything invented, all the building, all the architecture, the music, the innovation, the sources, the foods, the clothes, the cars, the machinery, heart transplants. I could go on and on and on. I'm just going from the top of my head. I'm not reading a list, but there's a list out there, right? In many books about so-called black inventions, native Indian inventions, right? But whose face do they put on all the good things, so-called good things that Jacob has done? They put their face, their pale face on it. Because the so-called white man, the only thing that he invented, as our elders would say, in the spirit power of Yahweh Shemashai, the men of Great Millstone, is the Esau Edom invented the patent office. We had no might in our hands, so therefore, as loosely paraphrasing the scripture, Esau Edom takes everything. So they put their face on everything that we've done, which is so-called good, and then everything bad that these damn devils do. Whose face do they put on it? You so-called black people. I'm not saying that Jake isn't fucked up. Why is Jake fucked up though? Because Esau Edom created the modern day ninja culture, which is rampant amongst the 12 tribes, especially amongst amongst the 2/3, the unelect. Okay, so they're calling good evil and evil good. And our people, the ones that are wicked because they're not part of the Lord's sheep, and they're going to get it anyway. But who is the root cause of all the problems? Who's the accuser of our brethren? These damn devils. All right, let's go calling good, evil. But the Lord is going to put a stop to this, man. All right. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right, that's what these damn devils do. And that's what a lot of sellout Jakes do. All right, but the Lord is going to, level everything out very soon, man. Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashayak. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. This is what they do. Okay? They accuse us before our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And they accuse us to the world for the crimes that they do. And they make us a scapegoat. They make us the target. But anyway, it's all in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's all prophecy. It's all going to lead to what? Okay? A fierce race war, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. All right? It's all going in a specific direction for the collapse of this society. So it's all Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, pursuant to Isaiah 45:7. It's all prophecy. But the thing is, Esau Edom, right, is using the brown man's face, okay, as a face of evil, as a face of as a face of teaism. Okay, now if you know what they were calling the Irish back in the day in Belfast and all that, when they were doing all them explosions, the teaism, when they were calling the Arabs the teaism, right? I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. They're using you Israelites as a face of teaism. Okay, Terror. Okay, the face of Terra. Okay, ism, okay. All right, so you've got to be a little bit more wary when you're out and about. For you Israelites out there that are part of that hopeful elect number, okay, I would suggest be very wary when you're going out and about. Keep your head in a swivel and be very circumspect, okay? Because we're living in a very volatile world. Things can happen anytime, all right? I'm going to leave it there now. But, the Lord is going to level, the Lord's going to take care of everything, man. Just remember one thing. This has to happen before our kingdom comes into fruition, all right? It's not going to be a cakewalk, all right? I'm going to leave it there now, all right? All praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be unto Abano Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashrala, Shalom.